With the second preseason concluded, we're getting close towards the regular season. In this video, I'm going to go ahead and break down the 53-man roster projections as well as the practice squad candidates for the Lions 2021 NFL season.
It's David Blough here, man, 3-time Super Bowl champion. I just want to give you a shout out to the YouTube channel, MicroMike, man.
Eddie Murray, former Detroit Lion. Make sure you watch MicroMike on YouTube.
Calvin Johnson Jr. here, aka Megatron. Big shout out to MicroMike and YouTube channel, man.
Keep on talking everything Detroit Lions, and I just got to remind you, man, happy wife, happy life.
Should the Detroit Lions keep 2 quarterbacks or 3 quarterbacks? That is going to be the pinned comment for this video. All you got to do is put 2 or 3. Let me know what you guys think. How many QBs? Before we get into the meat and bones of this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well as hit that like button. Let's get to 200 likes in this video and push that content out there. Let's go ahead and start with the quarterbacks here. Yes, this one is probably the most difficult one to project, not because of talent, because of contract. You always got to follow the money, and guess what? They give Tim Boyle big contract compared to David Blough. With that said, David Blough outperformed Tim Boyle, and it's hard for me to put somebody who didn't do as good as the number 2 guy, even though he has been repping as the number 2. So I put Jared Goff number 1, David Blough number 2, and only 2 quarterbacks on this roster as Tim Boyle and Jordan Ta'amu is on the outs. Let's go to the offensive line here. Obviously, Taylor Decker, he's going to be the left tackle. No question there. Penei Sewell, right tackle. But there was a question mark when it comes to the backup, and I think Dan Skipper earned that spot. He outplayed Matt Nelson, in my opinion. We got Frank Ragnow, obviously going to be the starting center. Jonah Jackson, obviously guard. Big V, other guard as well. Logan Stedberg in. There was a question, could he potentially not make this roster? But I have him in, as well as Evan Brown. Out again, Matt Nelson. He proved that he was not very good last week. Really showed. Darian Paulo, was that really a question? Tommy Kramer, he was a guy I thought potentially could make this roster, but I have him going on the outs. Evan Heim and Baum is on the IR. Comment on the video. Should the Lions go 2 quarterbacks or 3? Let me know. It's under the pinned comment. Put a 2 or a 3. I want to see what you guys think. For the tight ends, this one is simple, cut and dry. TJ Hockenson starting tight end. Darren Fells is your backup. And Elise Mack, I've been having these guys this way the whole time since training camp starts. And Brock Wright on the outs. Now we're getting into a really interesting situation. This was a big camp battle, is the wide receivers here. We knew Tyrell Williams was going to be the number 1. Amon-Ra St. Brown, he's definitely obviously going to be on the roster. Brashard Perriman, again, he didn't show anything to where he doesn't deserve to be on the roster. Not saying he's the greatest, but considering all the wide receivers on there, he's going to make it. Khalif Raymond, he's definitely going to make the roster, in my opinion. He's been showing out. He can do the punt return, kick return, and he's been practicing with the ones. And he's shown, yes, size, in his case, doesn't matter that much. Quintez Cephas, draft pick last year, going to make this roster. However, there's a lot of young players that are not going to make it. I have Sage Surratt not making this roster. I haven't really done anything preseason. Javon McKinley, he did get well in last preseason game. I still have him on the outs, as well as Darius Jennings. Damian Ratley, we signed him in free agency. We haven't seen really anything. Geronimo Allison, yes, he performed okay last preseason game, but still, he seems to be the outs looking in. I got Victor Bolden. We thought for sure this guy may make the roster when training camp happened, but he was terrible preseason week 1, nothing week 2. I have him out and outs. And Tom Kennedy, I was debating on this one. Should Tom Kennedy make this roster? Should he not? I potentially probably would have him on the roster, but I'm not looking from my perspective. I'm kind of seeing what they think. And here, it's going to be close, but I have him on the outs. Jump into the running backs. This is a big battle that's taking place. We already know DeAndre Swift's going to be in there. Jamal Williams is number 2, no doubt. The question was, who is going to be the number 3? Now, coming into camp, Jermar Jefferson looked like it for sure. But then a guy called Craig Reynolds came into the picture, and he has been doing excellent in preseason. He deserves to be on this roster, in my opinion. So I have him as the number 3 and fullback Jason Kabinda in there as we're going to have a fullback. Dedrick Mills, he's on the outs, even though he performed really well. Godwin, he performed okay, but it's really difficult with such talent at the running back. Javon Leake, yeah, we kind of figured that. But Jermar Jefferson, I have him on the outs. I just felt like Craig is a little more polished right now, even though we drafted Jermar in the 7th round. Let's jump into special teams really quick. This one is really simple. Jack Fox, obviously punter, but I have Randy Bullock. Look, we've seen him all preseason. He's the one making the kicks. I have him as the kicker. Scott replaces Don Muhlbach, who was released earlier. That is our special teams, guys. Let's go ahead and jump to the Lions defense. We'll start the interior here. Michael Brockers, duh. Nick Williams, duh. Aleem McNeil, no doubt about it, duh. Deshaun Hand, he's going to make this roster. He's been doing well in training camp. Been nicked up a little bit, but it was nothing serious. He seems to be a player on the rise. Levi Onwuzurike, Lions 2nd-round draft pick, duh. I have John Penisini, who we drafted last year. We haven't seen a whole lot from him. But again, we've seen what he did last year, and he was fairly good. And Kevin Strong as well. On the outs, Jashawn Cornell, Bruce Hector, Miles Brown, and P.J. Johnson. Not much of a surprise there. The Detroit Lions face the Colts this preseason week 3. And the Lions are a +4. Colts favored to win this game. So you can go ahead and make some money. All you got to do is go to chatsports.com/LionsBet for Bet Us. Put in a promo code Lions125. Bet on the game, folks. Try to make some money. It's better than a casino. It's better odds than a scratch-off ticket. You might as well make some cash flow and make a preseason score count. Go to chatsports.com/LionsBet and make some money. Let's do the edge defensive line. Trey Flowers for sure. You can't throw him away with this contract. Romeo Okwara, Julian Okwara. Those guys are a good young piece for the Lions. Charles Harris and Austin Bryant. Austin Bryant, look, he's been healthy and he's been doing fairly decent the past week in training camp and in preseason. So, look, he had a hard time making this roster, I thought, coming into training camp. But he has been healthy and he's done the best he can do with his opportunity. On the out, Charles Harris, Robert McCray, and Rashid Berry. Linebackers, yes, this is the time for the linebackers. And this was a major, major task here to see what the Lions linebackers are going to look like. And I hear, obviously, you got Jamie Collins in, Alex Anzalone in. Derek Barnes, no doubt about it. And I have Jalen Reeves-Maben because he can do special teams as well as play linebacker. Out, finally, Jahlani Tavai out as Detroit Lions linebacker. I don't care that he's drafted in the 2nd round. He has shown on a consistent basis he's not worthy to make this roster. Devontae Beckett, Lions free agent rookie, not making this roster. Anthony Pittman, I thought about putting him on here, but I decided to leave him out. This is going to be a good one there. Sean Dan Hamilton to IR. Yes, Jahlani Tavai out. What do you guys think about this? Do you want him to be on this roster? Y for yes or N for no with his name. Let's go ahead and jump to the safeties here. This is fairly clear as well. Tracy Walker, starting safety. Will Harris, still got a lot of question marks there. I wouldn't be shocked, though, if they do look for somebody when there is cuts. No doubt that is an issue. Dean Marlowe, backup safety, and C.J. Moore as well. Jalen Elliott and Elijah Holder on the outs. The cornerback position, Jeffreu Okudah 1, Amani Oruwariye 2, Mike Ford 3. We kind of figured that one out. A.J. Parker, backup. Bobby Price Parker, backup. And undrafted rookie Jerry Jacobs, who's shown well in camp. And I feel like he does deserve a spot to be on this roster. He's definitely shown he has a very good upside. Now I have nickel Robbie Coleman on the outs and Corn Elder, who we did pick up in free agency, but he's done nothing due to injury. And I feel like we got better options with the younger guys, i.e. Jerry Jacobs. No doubt, Jacobs to me is better than Corn Elder. Let's jump to the practice squad. This is what I got for the practice squad. I could have put a Tim Boyle in here, but he's a 5-year guy, and I felt like we've seen enough for him, so I want to do Jordan Tiamu. That's a personal decision for me. It's probably not going to be the case, though. They probably would try to see what they can do with him, but I have him. Jermar Jefferson, he showed that, yes, he should be on the practice squad, no doubt about it. He has a good ceiling, but I just feel like when it comes to the running backs, that Craig Reynolds was better. Dedrick Mills, shown a lot so far. I like what I've seen. Tom Kennedy, if he doesn't make the roster, this is a great candidate for a wide receiver. Same with Javon McKinley, wide receiver. He showed promise in training camp, showed promise in preseason. Seems like a good spot for him. Tackle Matt Nelson. Hey, he's going to be in. If he doesn't make the team, it makes sense to make him a practice squad candidate. Tommy Kramer, guard. Didn't make the roster, in my opinion, but hey, he's a guy that we can develop. Charles Harris as well. Anthony Pittman, linebacker, got some qualities to him. He has gotten better from last year. Making the practice squad, it makes sense to me. Robbie, practice squad guy, and Brock Wright, the tight end. These guys, to me, make sense for practice squad. Now, there's going to be spots open here. Why? Because there's going to be teams letting players go, and I do believe the Detroit Lions are going to pick up some of those players. Need depth, and there's players all over the NFL that's going to be released to upgrade the roster from different players on different teams. Makes a lot of sense for the Lions. On Thursday, we got the One Pride podcast on my channel, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you show up. Hey, we talk all things Lions, NFL, everything. It's a great time. Place a comment. We will talk about it. As well as the Lions live watch party versus anyone, everyone. It's going to happen every single game except for Thanksgiving. So when there's a game present, come on my channel and do a watch party and drop in videos every single day. So make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on the latest news and rumors regarding our Detroit Lions.